What's up, guys? This is Doug from Basement Level Magic, doing what might end up being my final Magic Origins draft. So we have opened the pack. Rare Pyromancer's Goggles is not worth first picking, probably isn't even worth playing in Limited. Things that are looking good to me right now, Anointer of Champions, Conclave Naturalists, Rock Smaulers. I like Disperse. I don't know that it's first pickable. I think I'm going to go with the... That's a tough call. I think I'm going to go with the Conclave Naturalists. I'm seeing, it's a Dryad, not an Elf, but I see a Shaman of the Pack that could come back around. The Rock Smaller may also come back around. I think that looks good. Taking that white card might have taken anyone else out of going into white in this pack to my left, but, you know, hard to say at this point. Alright, so as far as green cards go, I think we're going to get a Rock Smaulers back. I think I'd rather take an Elvish Visionary early. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know that the 2-drops in this format are probably the most important part of your deck, in my opinion, so that's where I want to be. Let's see what else we get. Again, I want to thank recent subscribers. We've noticed, so thank you. If you have not subscribed, please consider doing so. It really helps us out. And we are really looking forward to the new set. I've been drafting a ton of Origins. I did what, 4 for the channel, but I've probably done 30, 35, and I've really enjoyed the format, but I am ready for something new. Here we have Sylvan Messenger. It's another elf. Look at the top 4 cards and reveal all elves. Put them into your hand and put everything else on the bottom. So that is a consideration. It is a 4-drop. Other considerations are Timberpack Wolf, Pack 1, Pick 3. Timberpack Wolf is a good place to be, in that I don't know that I'll end up with enough elves. I currently have 1 to even make the Sylvan Messenger worthwhile, and otherwise it's a 4-mana 2/2, which isn't very good. So I probably will take the Wolf here. Other good cards, Gearcrafter, Mighty Leap. I haven't done a green-red in a while. I think I'm going to stay in one color as long as possible, though. Make my decision later on. So here, the second Timberpack Wolf is very appealing, but I don't think I can pass up a Wild Instincts. So we're going to take the Wild Instincts. And here, Knight of the Pilgrim's Road is definitely a consideration. I'm trying to stay in one color, at least for maybe the first half of this first pack. I like the Visionary a lot. The card draw is super important. I'm going to go ahead and take that. So now we've kind of run out of good green cards. Other considerations here, Void Mage, Active Treason, I think, or Mighty Leap, and I think the Void Mage is the best of those cards. Don't know that we're in blue, but if we end up in blue, that's one I definitely don't want to have passed. So in this pack we have a couple considerations, Ringwarden Owl and Displacement Wave. I'm not a big fan of Displacement Wave, double blue, and it returns all your permanents to your hand as well. I just don't think it's very good. I currently have 0 artifacts for the Epiphany. I suppose the Ringwarden Owl may see play if I am blue. If not, possibly the Imprint Tactician. So I'll take the Owl, sort of as a hedge. I don't know that it gets play. Here, I'm considering both the Scrapskin Drake and the Cleric of the Forward Order. And I believe I'm going to take the Drake just because of the Void Mage. The Ringworn Owl, I could take it or leave it. Well, this is an interesting pack. So if we definitely want to go for blue, Disperse is probably the pick. If not, either Rune Servitor or Bonded Construct are both very good. And we also have a lot of card draw in our deck already. So if Sphinx's Tutelage came around, this actually looks like it might be a pretty decent shell. I am going to take the Disperse here, and we'll see where the next pack leads us. I think the Scab is the best card left in the pack, so we'll take that. And here we'll take the Bone to Ash. Take the Maritime Guard. If I end up having to play more of these blue cards, the Scab and the Maritime Guard may see play. In fact, I'll throw them in for now. Both pretty decent 2-drops, nothing exciting. Green sort of dried up. We did not see either one of the Rock Smallers come back around. So somebody has 2, and it's not us. So I can see us going either green or blue and a third color, or green and blue. I'm not sure at this point. Kind of depends on what we open. Abbot of Carroll Keep. So it's quite good, but it's red. And we could shift into red. I think it is also worth some tickets. But to stay in the colors we're currently in, we could just take the Whirler Rogue, which is quite good. And I think that's probably where we want to be. So no surprisingly good green cards. There's another good red card, but if I hadn't taken the Abbot, I'm not going to take the Lightning Javelin. I think probably here we're going for the Water Courser. Yuva's Force Mage is something I would play, but I don't think it's as good a card as the Water Courser. So this is interesting. So Valeron Wardens is quite good, and a second Whirler Rogue is quite good. But so is sort of the Animist. I don't think we can pass up another Whirler Rogue, so that's what I'm going to take. I think we would need some top end, something to do late game. And if I don't end up playing the Ring War now, I'm fine with that. The Vassal Gorger has a good chance to come back around. I'm going to take the Rock Smaller. We might end up with 2 of our own. So second Disperse versus Vassal Gorger. Yeah, I'll take the Disperse. It certainly slows up the game for our opponent while we're trying to do something. So Disperse number 3 or Orchard Spirit. We're currently at 13 creatures. I would like a couple more, but I think at this point I want to take creatures that I consider an upgrade, and that is not Orchard Spirit, as it can't block flying creatures. So, as questionable as this one might be, I'm going to take my third Disperse. I mean, we certainly could tempo someone out. This is also a 4-3-2-2 rather than I've been playing Swiss. Here, because there's nothing really better, I'll take the Orchard Spirit. And there's not really anything here that I'm interested in. I'll take the rare because it's rare, but I don't think I'd play a Jace's Sanctum. It's an interesting effect. It's just, I think 4 mana, for that to be super To be super relevant, it really needs to be an early game play, not a late game play. Like the scry to help you find more lands, that would be relevant, that would be useful. Scrying after 4 mana, which probably means you don't scry till at least turn 5. I mean, it could change a stalled game board somewhat, but you know, you probably, at least the way I try to play pretty aggressive decks, I've probably lost if I'm trying to find something by that point. Here, I think we'll take the Bone to Ash for the board. We could turn into quite a controlling shell if we chose to. Here I suppose we can take the Reclaim again for the board. Force Mage versus Scrapskin Drake. I'll take the Force Mage. We'll take the Stratuswalk for the board. I don't know that I play that. Calculated Dismissal as well. We could put quite the control deck together. Sphinx's Tutelage, Dreadwaters, and all this control shell could also make for quite a mill deck, but it would have to come together very early in this third pack. Kytheon's Irregulars. Good card, but not for us. So whoever's playing white, good for them. I think I want another Void Mage. Yeah, there's one decent green card. I don't think a third Visionary without some pump spells is definitely where we want to be. And that being said, that's kind of what I'm looking for now. I want some pump spells, some combat tricks, something to get my damage through or kill a big creature. I mean, I can bounce it currently 5 times. So Willbreaker is definitely something I would consider playing here. I was just saying I want some combat tricks. There's a Might of the Masses, but I think Willbreaker, especially with 2 Separatist Void Mages and a Wild Instincts that can target them, are excellent. Now if we see a Throwing Knife, I would definitely be interested in that. Alright, Might of the Masses works well. That's definitely something I've said I was looking for, so we'll just take that. Other considerations is the Chief of the Foundry for my double Whirler Rogue hand. That's a tough one. I think I'm going to take the Chief. I may regret that. I may live to regret that. Here we'll take the Epiphany. Now we're looking at quite a few artifacts. Claustrophobia sounds like the perfect thing for this deck. What would I like at this point? I wouldn't mind another Claustrophobia. I wouldn't mind getting rid of my Ringworn Owl. Titanic Growth would be great. Anything else that flies or creates a token, Thopter token would be good. I think I will put the Starfish in the deck. Sounds perfect. Ugh. Alright, so I'm going to take the Tutelage. I think it might be a mistake, but I see a lot of different ways to draw cards. I may not play it unless I get a second one. Second Naturalists. Yeah, we'll take the Bounding Crassus. It's definitely an upgrade. The Ringworn Owl can come out. We had an opportunity to take a lot more Timberpack Wolves and just weren't able to take them because of other things that were available, but I think I'm okay with that. Take the Barrier. Here we'll take the Scab. And it's possible I don't even play the Timberpack Wolf. And try and pare down my... And I could definitely cut the Orchard Spirit. Kind of pare down the green to make my mana work a little better. If just one of those Might of the Masses came back around, I would be very, very happy. Not that I expect it to. We'll take the Artificer here. It's just probably the best card. Yep, nothing here we can play, so I guess we'll take the Tactics. Take the Guardians. I could see us turning this into a very controlling deck if we just get outclassed. So we have 18 creatures, 5 spells. And our 5 spells are 3 Disperses, a Claustrophobia, and a Wild Instincts. So I think I'm okay with that. So what I would consider putting in is, the Tutelage, the Epiphany, probably take out 1 Disperse, Do I want the Dreadwaters in that case to try and finish them off? Probably we take out the Drake. The Force Mage is more of an aggro card. And this deck started out that way, but it's not so much now. So I kind of like that. The curve looks good. Let's see what our colors look like. So we're like 80% blue. And early game is almost all blue. So let's say we get blown out by a super aggressive deck. We would put in the Guardians, probably 1 Bone to Ash, probably the Calculated Dismissal, probably another Disperse. Yeah, I think so. See, Temple only gets you there if you have a way to finish them. I think the Whirler Rogue, Chief of the Foundry, and the Willbreaker are all good ways to win. The tutelage is sort of a bonus. If it were to happen, great. If not, oh well. So that's definitely, I think that's good. We'll go ahead and add some lands. It says 13 and 4. I think that's a little risky. Yeah, I'll do 12 and 5. And I will see you all in round 1. Thanks for watching.